Getting back on track, 3 powerful new thought techniques for life's challenges. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I want to address something we all experience, those moments when life knocks us off our center. But before I dive into these powerful recovery techniques, let me take a moment for those who might be new to New Thought principles. New Thought is a practical philosophy that recognizes the tremendous power your thoughts have in creating your experience of life. At its core is the understanding that your mind is not just passively observing reality, it's actively creating it through your focus, beliefs, and expectations. This isn't mystical thinking. It's supported by modern psychology, which confirms that our perception shapes our experience far more than most realize. When you practice these principles, you cultivate healthy mindsets that see opportunities where others see obstacles. You develop an abundance mentality that recognizes there is enough for everyone, rather than seeing life as a competition for limited resources. Most importantly, you take responsibility for your mental and emotional states, rather than seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. People who incorporate New Thought principles into their daily lives often report remarkable improvements in their relationships, careers, financial situations, and perhaps most importantly, their sense of peace and fulfillment. They develop positive mental attitudes that make them naturally more resilient when facing life's inevitable challenges. As Catherine Ponder taught, these principles aren't about denying problems or pretending everything is perfect. They're about approaching challenges from your most resourceful state, recognizing that your response to circumstances often matters more than the circumstances themselves. This is how to improve mental health in a way that empowers rather than diminishes you. But even the most dedicated practitioners face periods when maintaining these healthy mindsets feels impossible. Life happens, relationships end, jobs are lost, health challenges arise, and suddenly your carefully cultivated positive energy seems to vanish. That's what today's video addresses: how to get back on track when life's inevitable disruptions occur. The truth is, disruption is part of the human experience. The key of success isn't avoiding these moments. It's having reliable practices to restore your connection to New Thought principles when circumstances seem to pull you toward limitation. Today, I'm sharing 3 powerful techniques that have helped countless people reclaim their positive thinking about life when facing significant challenges. Technique number 1: the pattern interrupt. When life events trigger self-doubt or negative spirals, your mind can become locked in patterns that work against your well-being. The first step in how to improve mental health during these times is creating a conscious pattern interrupt. Consider Michael's story. After losing a major client, his thoughts spiraled into catastrophic predictions about his business failing. His usual manifestation techniques weren't working because his stress response was too activated. What helped was a simple but powerful pattern interrupt. Whenever he caught himself in the spiral, he would stop, place his hand on his heart, take 3 deep breaths, and ask, "What would someone with unshakable self-confident thinking do right now?" This question created space between his automatic reaction and his response, allowing his mind management skills to re-engage. This pattern interrupt works because it addresses both the physical and mental components of stress. The physical gesture and breathing calm your nervous system, while the question redirects your mind toward constructive possibilities rather than perceived threats. To apply this in your life, identify your own stress signals, perhaps tension in your shoulders, shallow breathing, or racing thoughts. Create a simple physical action paired with a powerful question that pulls you back to your core beliefs. Practice this daily, even during calm periods, so it becomes automatic when you need it most. Technique number 2: the evidence collection. During challenging times, our minds naturally fixate on what's going wrong. Catherine Ponder recognized this tendency and taught that deliberately collecting evidence of positive momentum is crucial for maintaining the power of positive thoughts. This was transformative for Elena, who struggled with maintaining her positive thinking about life after a health diagnosis threatened her career as a dancer. She began what she called her evidence journal, a daily practice of recording 3 specific pieces of evidence that her situation was improving or contained hidden opportunities. Initially, these were tiny observations: a particularly restful night's sleep, a supportive message from a colleague, a moment of pain-free movement. But as her collection grew, her perception shifted. She began noticing more encouraging developments, which fueled her healing process and opened unexpected pathways in her career. The evidence collection works because it counteracts what psychologists call the negativity bias, our mind's tendency to give more weight to negative experiences than positive ones. By deliberately documenting positive evidence, you create a more balanced perspective that enables more effective responses to challenges. Start your own evidence collection today. Each evening, record 3 specific pieces of evidence that things are working in your favor, that you're making progress, or that opportunities exist within your challenges. Review this collection whenever self-doubt threatens to derail your progress. Technique number 3, surrogate successes. The third technique recognizes that during difficult periods, it can be challenging to maintain your own positive thinking affirmations. This is when surrogate successes become vital, drawing strength and perspective from others who have navigated similar challenges while embodying the healthy mindsets you value. James discovered this when financial setbacks threatened to collapse his new business. Unable to sustain his usual abundance mentality, he began studying the biographies of entrepreneurs who had overcome significant failures. He wasn't looking for tactical advice, but for their inner experience, how they maintained being positive amid uncertainty. These surrogate successes provided James with manifestation examples that rekindled his belief in possibility. He created a morning ritual of reading passages from these accounts before reviewing his own business challenges. This practice helped him separate temporary circumstances from his core identity and capabilities. What made this approach powerful was that James wasn't trying to force his own positive energy when it felt inauthentic. Instead, he borrowed perspective from others until his own resilience returned. This is often more effective than struggling to generate optimism from a depleted internal state. To implement surrogate successes in your life, curate a collection of stories that resonate with your current challenges. Books, podcasts, videos featuring people whose mindset you admire. Turn to these resources first thing in the morning and whenever you feel your conviction wavering. Now let's bring it all together. These 3 techniques, pattern interrupts, evidence collection, and surrogate successes, work together to restore your connection to new thought principles when life events temporarily disconnect you from your practice. They address how to increase mental health by working with your mind's natural processes rather than fighting against them. Remember that integration is the goal, not perfection. As Ponder taught, successful people habits include allowing yourself to be human while maintaining an unwavering commitment to returning to productive thought patterns. The most important thing to understand is that temporary disconnection from your practice doesn't erase your progress. Just as a skilled sailor adjusts to changing winds rather than abandoning the journey, your ability to return to course using these techniques is itself evidence of your growing mastery. Start today by selecting just one of these approaches that resonates most with your current situation. Implement it consistently for 1 week, noting how it affects your resilience and clarity. Remember, in the journey of mind management, small, consistent practices create profound transformation over time. I'd love to hear which technique works best for you. In the meantime, there's a link in the description for a downloadable PDF of these 3 techniques. Come back and let me know which ones have worked for you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this content helpful. It's encouragement for me and will help others find us. Until next time, remember that your temporary challenges are not the end of your story. They're simply the setting for your next breakthrough.